Welcome back to Football Daily, where it's Wednesday and you all know what that means. It's time for Transfer Talk, our weekly roundup of all the biggest news and gossip going on in the world of football. As always, you can get involved by tweeting me at Doogie Critchley or the Football Daily account with the hashtag Transfer Talk. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already with notifications on. Let's get into it. We kick off this week with possibly English football's hottest property at the moment. Jude Bellingham can't even learn to drive for another 4 months, but he is being linked with some of Europe's biggest clubs. The 16-year-old signed a 2-year scholarship last year with Birmingham City, the club he spent his entire career at so far, and made his professional debut for the club in August. Unsurprisingly, Bellingham holds the record for the Blues' youngest ever player at 16 years and 38 days and youngest ever goalscorer, a feat he achieved just 3 weeks after his first game. And very quickly the youngster's become an integral part of Pep Clotet's midfield, already making 32 championship appearances this campaign, scoring 4 and assisting 2. In comparison, Phil Foden has only made 31 Premier League appearances since his debut in December 2017. He's definitely earning his place too as an all-round midfielder. His 3 defensive actions per game ranks second in the squad, while 1.1 shots has him third, 0.7 key passes puts him 6th, and 1.1 dribbles per 90 has him third amongst his teammates who have played at least 1,000 minutes. With consistency like this at such a tender age, it's no wonder a number of big clubs are after him. The first major link came with Borussia Dortmund, who were reportedly willing to make him their record signing for a fee of around £31 million, eclipsing the £27.5 million paid for World Cup winner Mats Hummels last summer. However, it should come as very little surprise that the current frontrunners appear to be Man United, cozying up to the prodigy by giving him and his parents a tour of their Carrington training ground and having him meet both Ed Woodward and Sir Alex Ferguson. The hierarchy at Old Trafford are certainly doing all they can to tempt him up the M6 to the Theatre of Dreams, with their offer believed to be around £25 million. In fact, it has been reported that United had a £20 million bid for Bellingham turned down on deadline day. But will they get their man? Well, boy, this summer? Or will Jude Bellingham move to Dortmund or somewhere completely different? Vote in the poll above. It's not just Birmingham City's biggest talent that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is after, with crosstown rivals also at risk of losing the jewel in their crown. Jack Grealish has long been linked with a move away from Aston Villa, but has seen his loyalty to the club repaid as they achieved promotion and reached the Carabao Cup final with him running the show. The 24-year-old signed a £60,000 a week contract at Villa Park in 2018. Shortly after they lost that season's playoff final, but in doing so removed the release clause from his deal. As a result, should Man United want him, they may have to shell out a fee in the region of £70 million. Obviously, Dean Smith won't want to lose Grealish, but there will likely be nothing he or anyone associated with the club can do to keep him in England's second city. With 7 goals and 6 assists, no English midfielder contributed to more goals than Villa's captain, who could see his pay packet triple should an offer come in. Add to that the ability to get his first England cap and even establish a consistent place in the national setup, it's hard to see why Grealish would stick around any longer at Aston Villa, especially if they do fail to survive the drop. But what do you guys make of this? Is Grealish truly worth £70 million? Let us know in the comments below. Heading down to London for our next story now, and the future of Chelsea attacker Willian remains decidedly murky. The Brazilian's playing at a level he best replicated back in 2015-16. And has gone from fans calling for his exit to them hailing him as one of their better players this season. A senior head amongst a group of younger pros, the 31-year-old's 5 goals put him behind just Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount, whilst his 5 assists top the club's charts. However, his deal is set to expire this summer and he is yet to come close to an agreement with Chelsea management over a possible contract extension. In recent years, the Blues have been reluctant to offer players over the age of 30 more than a 1-year deal, but do appear willing to offer their number 10 a 2-year contract. Willian, though, is seeking a 3-year deal which would tie him down in West London until he is 34. And the matter was not helped by his wife Vanessa taking to Instagram and letting slip that his days might be numbered before adding that their family, including young twin daughters, are keen to stay in London. As it happens, rumours linking Willian with Arsenal aren't new, and we all know how close he came to joining Spurs back in 2013 before Chelsea hijacked his move from Anzi. If Willian makes it to market, expect him to be highly sought after. The ability to sign a player of his quality for nothing will be very appealing to top clubs looking to stay on the right side of FFP regulations, which has also led to PSG eyeing up the former Shakhtar player. But where do you guys think Willian will be playing his football come August? Let us know your thoughts. You know what I'm going to say next, down below. Staying in London for our next story, where Mikel Arteta is looking to build his legacy at Arsenal by meeting the prize Man United have set for their exiled centre-back Chris Smalling. The 30-year-old has been on form at Roma so far this season, making 21 appearances, completing 3 defensive actions a game, topping 90% pass accuracy for the first time of his career and finding the back of the net twice. The asking price though is a mega £25 million, a figure that far exceeds what Roma are willing to pay for the 30-year-old. Spurs and Everton are also rumoured to be interested, but the battle is thought to be between the Giallorossi and the Gunners. Roma boss Paulo Fonseca has already spoken of his admiration for the player and his importance for his side as they sit 5th in Serie A. Elsewhere on the pitch, Arteta is still keen to bring PSG's Kurzawa to the Emirates. The 27-year-old was linked with a move in January but stayed put, although Arsenal are still interested in picking him up on a free when his contract expires this summer. The fullback has played little over 1,000 minutes this term, with a goal and 3.1 tackles and interceptions to show for it. The final name being linked with Arsenal 3 months ahead of their reopening of their transfer window is Man City's John Stone. Of course, Mikel Arteta knows Stones well from his time at the Etihad, but if this move goes ahead, it would prove quite the 180 from the new Gunners chief. Arteta insisted they weren't interested in the 25-year-old during January, and could argue he'd maintain that stance should City want to recoup the £50 million they spent on him back in 2016. But what do you guys make of these Arsenal rumours? Do you think any of these transfers will actually happen? Let us know down below. We end this week with quite a bizarre story coming out of Newcastle, where boxing legend Floyd Mayweather is apparently interested in buying a stake at the club. The 43-year-old hosted a talk in the city last week, where he seemed to jokingly say, "If the people want me to buy the team, let me know." The Michigan native, who's 50 for 50 in his career, is worth over $500 million, a fraction of what current owner Mike Ashley is currently valued at. So it's therefore extremely unlikely that the boxer will buy out the club in the way the Saudis were expected to last year. However, a little investment might be just what the club needed to help punch above their weight. Boom. So guys, that's transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? Do you see any of these moves actually happening? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Arrivederci!